Saludos amigos, Treaway Félix, buenos días, rico café para mantenerme despierto. Este nuevo video es sobre nuestra visita al yunque con el grupo de Por la Naturaleza. Estuvo bien bueno, estuvo tan bueno que lo tengo que hacer como en 4 partes, así que chequen. Bueno gente, como les dije, el video lo voy a dividir en 4 secciones, 3 a 4, yo creo que como 4 secciones, porque como había mencionado antes, estuvimos en el yunque de noche con el grupo de Por la Naturaleza. ¿Se acuerdan de Allison? Allison ha salido en varios videos ya. Ella es la que nos donó los arbolitos. Ella trabaja Por la Naturaleza, un grupo que es parte del Fideicomiso de Conservación, así que se dice, Fideicomiso de Conservación, y ellos desde más o menos el 2004 cambiaron el nombre que tenían para esos tours a Por la Naturaleza, lo cual es muy apropiado. Ellos tienen varios tours en diferentes partes de la isla y eso se va a explicar en el video. Pero por ahora lo que vamos a hacer es caminar por el yunque de noche y explorar su fauna más, porque estamos hablando de coquíes y otros animalitos, otros critters que hay por ahí. Así que gente, aquí vamos subiendo hacia el yunque esa tarde, antes de oscurecer. Siempre tarde. Bien. Bueno, llegamos aquí, no hay nadie, así que entramos. Wow. La otra vez tenían policía, tenían esto medio cerrado, que si multa, que si esto. Y nada, pero no había nadie, así que están allá arriba recogiendo a la gente. Aquí está la catarata de Coca.
Qué linda está hoy.
Mira, hay más agua hoy.
Déjame sacarle unas fotos.
Pero no había nadie allí con la lista, así que vamos a entrar. Naturaleza de noche. Uy, oscureciendo. Una luz roja en el medio de la jungla. Oye, llevamos un largo rato esperando porque la luz cambie. Ahí está la otra luz. Yo no la veo si está verde ahí arriba o está roja. A ver. Ya comencé mi caminata. Mira cómo está ese monte. Pero no cambia la luz. Yo estoy seguro que me meto con la luz roja y aparece el guardia. Eso no falla. Pero yo creo que si está roja acá me tiro. Yo creo que el sensor no funciona. Vamos a ver. Voy a apagarla de noche. ¿Qué dice aquí? Está roja. Está roja en los dos lados. Mira, señalo aquí. Para que vean. Roja. Daría quedó en la guagua. Si cambia, pues yo espero que ella... espero que ella guíe la guagua. Pero mire la neblina. Qué lindo está esto. Canta la naturaleza. Va María. Arreglando ahí eso. Vamos aquí, escuchen eso. Esto va a ser un deleite estar en este monte esta noche aquí con todos esos coquíes, como estar en casa. Llegamos al lugar. Aquí no hay nadie, solamente escucho coquí, coquí, coquí. Mira, traen los arbolitos nuevos que me había dicho Alison. No sé.
Yo no sé si les dijo cuando eran los
Sí. Pero nada.
Yo creo que ese
vamos a ver.
achiote.
El de achiote sí. Sí, porque aquel otro estaba medio muerto. Pero mire qué chulo está esto aquí. Ah, María. ¿Coquí? ¿Coquí? ¿Qué especie de coquí soy?
¿Cuál eres?
Alison, no sé, porque tú dijiste que son por los cantos diferentes.
Bueno, sí, es verdad.
Oh, wow. Pero me encanta esta cabaña. Me siento como si estuviera en un bosque de allá de Estados Unidos, en medio de la nada. Pero estamos en Puerto Rico porque está calientito.
Está mejor.
Es mucho mejor. Pero
Hay uno de acerola y uno de achiote. Acerola de achiote. Sí, porque los demás ya yo tengo uno.
Pues
ya
ya.
uva playera.
Estos son de ustedes.
sí, uva playera.
Ya. Pues ponlo allí en el...
¿Cómo que ponlo allí? Alison no trabaja
Bueno,
con
déjenlo
nosotros.
aquí ahorita.
No, pero-
No, lo monte a la guagua ahora porque nos vamos.
No, porque se van a asfixiar, se van a morir.
¿Cómo se van a asfixiar?
Porque
Sí,
no va a entrar aire.
Ay,
sí,
mira.
pero está de noche y la boba está fresquita porque venía con aire.
Yo lo que quiero es que nos olvidemos de los palos y ya.
No.
Ese-
Eso, me paré la grabación con esa
No.
blasfemia ahí. No.
No, es vacilando,
bueno, como
Alison.
tú quieras.
Ok, vamos,
No,
vamos.
porque después arranco y se me olvida.
Ok.
Sí, ¿sabes que
Toma.
nosotros los viejitos somos así. Dame. Acá.
Espérate, coge este chote. Te voy a dar
Este es los chotes.
Este está más lindo.
El más bonito.
Este de acerola está más lindo.
Ok, me llevé la cerola.
Y este es de...
Vamos para Guagua. Más arbolitos, mañana tengo que sembrarlos porque mañana va a llover. Tenemos los arbolitos en la guagua. Pero gracias a aquí, como dice Alison, esto es mucho más bonito. Claro que sí, miren. Llegue, no parece como algún sitio en los Alpes o algo así. Esas casitas allá. Bueno, voy a dar una vueltita aquí en lo que llegan el resto del grupo. Por ahí viene Idalia con su lamparita. Y nada, estamos aquí donde Palo Colorado, ¿verdad? Palo Colorado Recreation Area. Y ahí es que está el baño grande. Y voy a caminar hasta allí, pero silenciosamente, para que ustedes puedan disfrutar del ruido de la naturaleza del yunque de noche. Comenzamos. Pero cállate, Félix, ya cállate. Sí, ahora comenzamos. Y si aparece el chupacabras. La luna. Bueno, mi gente, ya oscureció. Se ve bastante oscurito aquí en el baño grande. Miro hacia allá, ojitos mirándome. Ojitos por aquí, ojitos por allá. Y eso es la naturaleza. Los miles y miles de animalitos, insectos y de todo que viven, que llaman a eso su casa. Tenemos que protegerlo. Miro hacia ese lago que está ahí y veo ojitos mirándome. Son los peces que habitan en ese lugar. Ese es su hogar. Y miro hacia allá abajo y miro más ojitos, pero esos están como colorados. ¿Saben por qué? Porque son los del tour que me están esperando. Feli, arranca, que nos vamos. Está oscuro esto aquí. Se ha puesto apretado, como decimos nosotros allí en el Duque. Yo tengo una linterna aquí en la cabeza, pero esto es de esta gente, no creo. Ahí 1, 2 y 3. Ahora, ven ahora. Ok, ahora estamos bien. Como dice la canción. Vaya, ajustando esto. Ahora ven. Porque yo bajo por estas escaleras, ¿ves? Sin la linterna, mira cómo se ve. Bueno, mira cómo no se ve. Y con la linterna, mira cómo se ve. Así que vamos bajando la escalera. Hay que tener mucho cuidado. Escuchen esos coquíes. Hoy vamos a ver los distintos tipos de cantos de diferentes coquíes que hay. Porque nosotros pensamos que hay más que un... Porque está el coquí sordo, que dice que qué, y el coquí, que es el de Puerto Rico. Así que vamos por aquí. Yo creo que llegó gente nueva, pero no estoy seguro. Vamos por acá. Está Dali, creo. Sí, este es Dali. Estación Palo Colorado, para que no haya duda. Mira para allá.
Legends that are associated with this forest in particular, part of our Puerto Rican folklore. So some of them are going to be debunked in this tour and talking about how they came to be, the origins and stuff, and also the nocturnal nightlife, which the main protagonist will be the tree frog, like the coquí, and it is different species. But we also going to be showing you other nocturnal species, kind of like a scavenger hunt. We're going to be looking around for different types of species, whatever the forest is going to be showing us. So, safety measures. We are not going to take any trails during this tour because of, as you can see, it gets very dark, so it's a little dangerous, pretty dangerous. So we're gonna go to Baño Grande, where we're gonna talk about those myths and legends, come back down, then walk on the main road. Through the whole tour, we're gonna be walking on the main road. We're gonna reach a certain point in the road 930, I think it's 0.2 kilometers, and then come back. On the way, we're gonna be making some stops and interpreting of whatever we may see on the area. So as you can see, we have walkie-talkies, so we can communicate. I can communicate with my coworker Alexon. He's gonna be joining us soon, and let us know in case we separate. It doesn't happen often, especially with groups like this, so small. But we have to carry at all times. It's part of the protocols. So we also have a first aid kit to tend to any situation. It's still new. I haven't been able to use it, so hopefully tonight will be the exception. So, with that said, everybody ready? Have the water? Went to the bathroom? Have any questions? Everybody good?
¿Tiene agua, Dali? ¿Qué water?
Si tienes preguntas en confianza.
Let me get my water. Oh, my vodka. I don't know what I have in there. But, let me get my water in my truck.
¿Está grabando eso?
Sí, vamos.
They are more active at night. So, I can say I was almost lucky because during the night it gets to move around a lot. But this one was very still. During the day they will be sleeping. Ironically, it's easier to find them during the day because they will be still. So you just have to like be aware like of where you're looking. So this is the most common walking stick or stick bug that you can find in Puerto Rico. It's a native species. All around the forest, not only in Ayunque, it can be found everywhere in Puerto Rico. And this is a male. How do I know that? Because of their size. So it has been proven that the female usually grow bigger and larger than the males. So do you have any volunteer that want to hold it?
Yeah.
While I look for the female? Because I know where a female is.
Ah.
Let's see. I know I saw her.
Está en el club, mírala ahí.
Mira aquí.
Qué grandota.
¿Viste? La más baja ahora para que puedan comparar. Ven acá, mami. No te vayas.
¿Cuántas hay en este palo? Siempre tienen.
Bueno, aquí por lo menos pues nada más he visto dos, que son estas dos nada más. Pero hemos visto...
Y no se mudan, en tanto que echaban ustedes con ella.
Bueno, ellos se mueven por la noche o después durante el próximo día.
Arriba,
Sí,
no,
tiene como...
no le molesta.
Probablemente, pero no suena mucho.
Ah, ese está gordo, mira.
Esta es la mujer.
Oh,
Las mujeres son gordas.
Her sizes, this is the female.
wow. Wow, she's amazing.
She's huge, I know.
Yeah, she's also very sticky. She looks like a stick.
Yep. The bigger they grow, the harder they stick to the hand. And if you let them keep crawling, it will get to your head because they always will look to the highest place possible.
Yeah.
No, it's okay.
Oh, here he is.
Escaping.
Whoops.
Yeah,
Here
no,
he
it's,
is.
no, it's right
on
there in
your
your clothes.
shoulder.
It's moving fast because nighttime, yeah. It's nighttime, so yeah. You know why he's running away? Because the lady's here. And
Mira, está bailando.
And you know that, yeah.
So what's the rocking motion?
That's to blend with the twigs and branches, like if
When
they
they
were
move.
being blown by the
I got 'em.
wind. You know, when the wind blows, it gets to move the branches, so it does that little dance to camouflage with that same movement. So that's another defense mechanism they have. And another one, which most of the species share, is that they can, like lizards, they can detach their limbs to escape predators. So you know, lizards can remove their,
Yeah, they regrew the tail.
yeah, exactly. Lizards can remove their tail. Stick bugs can remove their legs.
That's a
Wow.
There it
Yeah,
is,
there it
right
is.
there.
No, it's in your back and your neck.
Sure.
Oh, now he's cutting.
it's on your hair.
Okay. We
Easy
got
to
it.
see now.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good that I have white hair.
Yeah, it's not camouflage in there.
On my hair.
I think we need clothes on your hair, and then we can tell take pictures.
Yeah.
I want that big female on my head.
Oh, there he goes.
So as you can see, the female and the male stick bugs,
Wow.
Wow. Oh, there he goes. No, don't move.
they always land on their feet like cats. That's something curious.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yup. But they are harmless creatures, as you saw. They won't bite.
Yeah.
They won't do anything. The common predators will be
Humans.
lizards, other bugs. For example, we saw one of these females being preyed by a wasp, so that happens, and also birds. Some birds also eat them, but they have to find them first. All right, buddy. There you go. Yeah, que tengo otro. So this is the most common species, like I told, but we have other different species that are specified to an environment. For example, Puerto Rico has around 3 species of walking stick that are endemic, only found in here.
Bueno, vamos a subir. Baño grande. Vamos con José, nuestro tour guide.
Be careful, as there will be some snails on the way. Don't step on them.
De darle otro botón más. 3 veces.
Ahí está la intensidad más alta.
Yeah.
Alright, so welcome to Baño Grande, a historic
Baño
site
grande.
of Haiti. So I know what we are seeing is we can say that it's a doodles, but it has some meaning. For example, why do we know that there were some spirits rising from the portals? Because what we see here, some people say that this looks like aliens.
Yeah, aliens.
Like the antenna, the ears, but with knowledge of the Taino culture, we know that they had a custom in which they will wrap their dead people in ropes, in textiles, and will bury them in a fetal position. So by that knowledge, we can assume that that's what we are seeing. As you can see, it has no limbs.
Yeah, it's all flat.
And also like little. So usually that textile that they will use will be their prized possession, their hammock or hamaca. So that's how we can interpret what was the Boike seeing. And in some of them, you can see like a creature, smaller creature on top of them. That's a theory. It is that these particular spirits were spirits of caciques, or like the big chiefs,
Yeah, chief.
because the cacique had like a spiritual advisor or guide, which was the prior cacique. So that's how they can interpret that these particular spirits were of caciques wandering on the forest. So you see, there were some good spirits, there were some bad spirits. The bad were called the maboyas, which those are the ones that will drag you to the underworld, but the good ones are called opillas. So we can assume that at least the caciques were opillas, or at least were turned into opillas. But we can say for the other ones. So in here you can see the flying creature that helps these spirits come out of the portals in the water. So it's a small flying creature. What does it look like to you?
A bat.
It looks like a bat. I always get that same response, so it's good that we can see that. This one is a little mysterious. We don't exactly can tell what does it represent, but some people say that it looks like another face, like upside down, or like a snail. I don't really get it, but since
It's headphones.
Yeah.
since as of right now it's not entirely relevant to the story, I'm not entirely sure. I mean, even archaeological studies are up for interpretation. So
Jose, how old are these?
So this, the exact date, I forget, but those were the recent petroglyphs, and it's well known that the race of the indigenous people that used to do those carvings were the Taino, which was the last
Pre-Columbian.
last
Pre-Columbian.
population,
Yeah.
last population
The
when
population, yeah.
when the Spanish arrived.
Yeah.
So it will be in around like
1300.
yeah,
So the Spanish arrived.
Spanish
like,
1492, huh? I know.
around
So,
that same
15th century.
Yeah, well, so that before Columbus arrived.
yeah, exactly. This was even before Columbus arrived.
Yeah, pre-Columbian. Yeah.
So 500-600 years
Yeah.
old.
Yeah, exactly. And I know it looks like it's very recent, but this is actually shot, so we can see it better.
But they scratched into
Exactly.
the rock.
So to study how, like, what was it, the Boike drawing. So that's like the mythological explanation. Miguel was into something when he said that the bat would create a splash when it will go down to hunt for the fish. So that's basically like the scientific explanation of what the Boike was actually seeing. He was seeing the fisher bat get into the water and grab the fish, its prey. And actually, when we go back to the petroglyphs, we can kind of see some resemblance of the species. For example, we have a creature with no limbs,
Yeah.
kind of like the fish. And also, their ears resemble their fins.
Scale.
Some of the eyes
Fish.
resemble the eyes of the fish, and also in size. And sorry, even the body being covered by ropes and textiles, it looks like the scales of the fish. Now to the flying creature, now you can see even more the resemblance of a bat. So now that this myth has been debunked, the question that remains is, how is it that a Boike, a Taino, which was an excellent fisherman and excellent agriculture, you know, very well known in nature, how can they mistake a fish for a spirit? Well, you see, in order for the Boike to come up to this area, it had to go through a cleansing ritual using a plant called cojoba, which they would mash the seed alongside shells and bones until pulverize it. Basically, they will light it on fire and they will inhale that smoke. So that cojoba ritual will cleanse their body of anything, any impurities. They will most of the time be prone to vomit after that. So to be closer enough to even speak to one of their deities like Jokahu. So it was like in a trance. It was having basically hallucinations. So you take that, you add their own superstitions, or their beliefs that there will be actual spirits around here, so the mind can play tricks on you. So that's the explanation, or basically what we call the legend of the Arcabuco, because the Arcabuco is like the portal, or like that kind of like bridge between the spirit world or the dead world, the undead, and the living world. The best comparison that I have, you have seen the movie Coco of Disney. You remember? In that movie, there is like a bridge that connects the living world with the dead world. So the Arcabuco is basically that bridge. So the one of the entrances will be the portal that opens in the river, and the other entrance will be somewhere. I haven't been to Huawei, so I don't really can say. I hope I don't get my lights so not too hurting. But this is the Kame Koki, the one that you hear at night. Don't worry, it's safe. Okay.
They love showers.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's cold. We won't be seeing.
There it is. So we have we used to have 17 different species of tree frogs or coquis in Puerto Rico, but right now we have only 14.
14?
3 of them are considered extinct.
Oh, wow.
So out of those 14, 11 can be found in El Yunque.
Wow.
Because the other 3 are found in different places, specific places in Puerto Rico. The common coqui, as its name suggests, is the most common one. You can find it everywhere. So it's the one that we hear right now, coqui. There's also a Taino word. That's how its name came to be, because the Tainos gave it. I mean, it's pretty descriptive. They gave it the name of their sound. And of the species that we have in Puerto Rico, all of them are endemic. Endemic, which means that are exclusive to Puerto Rico, but are not the only ones in the world. Like around the world are about 200 species of coquis or tree frogs. But Puerto Rico is the only place that calls them coqui because of the Tainos. What they have in particular is that they have some differences with usual frogs. For example, one of them is that they are not swimmers. You see, frogs, once they lay the eggs, out of the eggs will hatch a tadpole. So they have to lay the eggs on the water. And the tadpole will be around the water for about 2-3 weeks. That depends on the species, until it develops and grows limbs so they can survive out of the water as well. But that whole evolution between tadpole to tree frog is in the coquis happens already inside the egg. So once they hatch, the tree frog, the coqui, is already fully formed. So they don't have the tadpole face out of their eggs. So the female doesn't lay the eggs on the water because they're more climbers than swimmers. As you can see, and that's another characteristic. If you notice, they don't have the webbing between their toes.
To swim. Yeah.
They don't have those webbing.
Do they have little claws?
No, they have like suction cups on their toes. So that's how they manage to hold on
To
to areas. So the common coqui is the most, let's say, noisy coqui. The elevation, the bigger they can grow. So if you compare a coqui that you find closer to the coast versus a coqui you find up in El Yunque, you will see the size difference. This is like the normal size. But probably they can, if they manage to live longer, it will probably grow bigger. Specifically the males. Like the same with walking sticks or the stick bugs, it jump on you.
Well.
It liked you.
Going to New York.
So the stick bugs, oh wow, how beautiful it sounds. It's actually they're trying to mate.
Yeah. There is in the national environment.
Yes, specifically the common coqui. The other species have like a time of the year where they're more active. And not all of them think coqui. It's just that since the common one.
Bueno, gente, ya salimos de la primera parte de las presentaciones de los coquís por José. Y él dijo que habían 17 especies, 3 ya están extintas, o se cree que están extintas, y hay 14 que todavía existen por ahí. Y yo creo que como 15 tienen que haber en la ducha de casa, porque en casa hay muchos coquíes en la ducha. Y nada, pero son... una pregunta que no hicimos allí en la... ¿Cuál es el alimento de ellos? ¿Insectos? ¿Plantas?
Insectos.
Todos son... comen insectos.
Sí.
Ok, insectívoros. Sí, porque eso no... te lo iba a preguntar y se me olvidó.
Sí, a mí también se me olvidó decirlo, pero sí son insectívoros.
Que no chupan sangre. El coquí vampiro. Es una nueva especie, ¿verdad? Imagínate que descubramos una nueva.
Se me olvidó la otra especie de coquí, el coquí sordo.
¿Verdad? Oye, ¿qué? Hay uno que habla español, el señor, lo dice. Para encima, mira. 2 more. 2 more. 3. One and over. Esta es la hora de ellos. Van a janguear. El baño es allá, ¿no? Pero yo no tengo que, pero no sé.
Bueno, vieron la primera parte de los coquíes. 17 tipos de coquíes. Ya hay 3 extintos. Quedan el resto, los 14, eso que están por ahí todavía chillando. Pero acuérdense que no todos dicen coquí. Solamente hay 2 que dicen coquí. Y por eso es que los taínos le dieron el nombre de coquí. Y los otros, aunque son, ¿sabes?, de la misma especie o raza o familia de los coquíes, pues tienen diferente canto. Y eso lo aprendimos hoy, algo que yo no sabía. Y yo me crié aquí en el monte. También vimos el área ahí del Baño Grande de noche. Que yo me acuerdo, yo nunca había estado ahí de noche. Siempre salíamos por la tarde. Y es algo bien chévere, algo para experimentarse esa oscuridad. Y nada, pero la explicación fue muy buena por parte de José. Los tutores de nosotros fueron José y Allison. Y tienen mucho conocimiento y son buenos explicando. Aunque el tour que yo había escogido era en español, pero debido a que 3 norteamericanos se apuntaron a última hora, José me llamó: mira, Félix, que el tour de nosotros lo vamos a hacer en inglés, si hay algún problema. Y yo dije: no hay problema, hablo con Dali. Y Dali me dijo: no hay problema. Pero para mí, yo creo que se hubiese podido disfrutar más en español, ya que mucha terminología taína y criolla de nosotros, y cuando tú tratas de traducir esos términos, como que no sé. Pero nada, esto quizá en otra ocasión lo haga en español. Así que estén pendientes a la segunda parte de esta gran aventura por el yunque de noche. Salimos vivos, así que no pasó nada. Chupacabra no apareció. Así que, gente, como siempre les digo, suscríbanse, denle like a los videos y pendiente a la segunda parte. No digo chao, sino digo esto continúa.